Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
If you have a strap or a belt or a long scarf that you could grab, we'll be able to use it today. So go ahead and find your comfortable seat. Bring your focus onto your breath. And start by noticing what you bring to the mat today. And then whatever it is that you bring, notice that there's a sensation in the body. And usually that sensation in the body is a catalyst for some reaction in the mind. And then notice if you reorient the mind to the breath, and that sensation is just a sensation without a narrative. And then you might notice the shape of the sensation, the size of the sensation, the quality of the sensation. And you can notice what that sensation is doing in your body. If it's a sensation you're very drawn to, it may be a sensation that you feel like you want to bask in. And if it's a sensation that you find unfavorable, you might notice that you are holding back in a certain area of your body. So what happens if you deepen the breath? And as you focus on the breath as a fundamental aspect of support, what happens to that sensation? So the theme today is to stick with it. And we're going to start off in alternate nostril breathing. You can take the right hand, the thumb to the right nostril, and the count can either be 4, 4, 4 or 4, 16, 8. So at your own count, do 3 breaths on either side. So that's an in-out with the right hand 3 times and an in-out with the left hand 3 times. And then when you're ready to switch sides, start with the ring finger On the left hand, holding the right nostril closed, you'll inhale through the left nostril for 4 counts. And use the thumb on the left hand to close the nostril, hold for 16 counts. Unless you're doing 4-4-4, you'll hold for 4 counts. And then exhale for 8 counts. Inhale again for 4. Use the ring finger to close the right nostril, hold for 16, unless you're doing 4-4-4. And exhale for 8. One more at your own pace. Inhale, telescope your ribs. Lift the chest towards the ceiling, and then exhale, twist gently towards the right. Hold the low belly in at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, telescope the side ribs. And then exhale, make sure your shoulders and your neck are relaxed. The chin is over the sternum. Inhale, spread your breath across the back ribs. Exhale, draw the low belly in towards the spine. Inhale, back to center. Telescope the ribs. Lengthen the spine, and then exhale to the left. Inhale, telescope up the front of the rib cage, lift the chest. And then exhale, draw the low belly in, lengthen the tailbone towards the floor. Inhale, telescope the side ribs. Exhale, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Inhale back to center. Grab your strap or your belt. This can be done in a couple of ways. If you're really tight in the hips and the knee won't come down, you can bring a block under the knee. You're going to take your belt and loop it around the ankle. So for some of you, this is where you're going to start. So just let the ends of the belt come over here. If you don't need the block, you can take the block out. And if you can actually bring your foot into half lotus, you're welcome to do that. And just let the belt come behind you. And then you're going to take the right arm, reach it behind you, grab the belt. Place the left hand on the right thigh. Inhale, telescope the wrist. Exhale, reach out through the left foot, left leg. Draw low belly in as you turn and pivot around the spine. Inhale. Telescope the front ribs and the side ribs. Exhale, pull the low belly in. Every time you inhale, lift the torso, lift the chest. And every time you exhale, draw the low belly in. And even if you're just twisting a millimeter more, without overdoing it, just kind of allow that twist to happen, almost like you're wringing out a washcloth. Using the breath to create space around the spine, around the chest. Exhale, back to center, switch sides. So again, you can either bring the foot to the inside of the thigh and loop the belt around the ankle. Use the block if you need to, or you can come into the half lotus. And then allow the belt to come behind you. Reach through the right foot, right leg, and then reach the left arm behind you, grab the belt. Right hand comes onto the left thigh. Inhale, telescope the wrist. Exhale, draw the low belly in as you allow the vertebrae to turn. Inhale, telescope the ribs, lift the chest. Exhale, draw the low belly in. If you're feeling a pull anywhere or any pain, come back a little bit. It means you've gone too far. And make a concerted effort on the exhale to draw the low belly in and allow the abdominal muscles to support the spine. And the next exhale, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Inhale, back to center. Let go of the strap, but keep it handy, and also have a block handy, or a pillow or something. Come down for abdominals. Grab your block, place it between the thighs, and either with your knees bent or with the feet straight up towards the ceiling. Inhale, spread low back into the floor. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows to thighs, squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Inhale, spread low back into the floor, hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows towards the thighs, press feet towards the ceiling, squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Inhale, spread low back into the floor. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows toward the thighs. Squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Inhale, spread low back into the floor. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows towards the thighs. Press feet towards the ceiling. Squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Inhale, spread low back into the floor. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Now exhale, take elbows to the left side, squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows to right side, squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows towards thighs. Squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Inhale, spread low back into the floor. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows to left side, squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Squeeze the block a second time, pull the low belly down a second time. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block. Exhale, take elbows to right thigh, squeeze the block, pull the low belly down. Squeeze the block a second time, pull the low belly down a second time. Inhale, back to center. Then bring your head and shoulders down, bring your feet down. If you have a block, keep it around for bridge. Inhale, press feet into the floor. Activate the feet by lifting and spreading the toes. On the next inhale, telescope the ribs. And then exhale, lift hips towards the ceiling. Inhale, telescope the ribs, and then exhale, lengthen tailbone towards the knees, and lengthen thighs away from the hips. If you don't have a block, you can just stay up, but if you have a block, place it under the sacrum. Keep your feet engaged. Inhale, right knee towards the chest, and then cross right ankle over right thigh. You can walk the left foot a little bit towards the center for your balance, and then reach out through the right thigh. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right foot down. Reset. Then inhale the left knee towards the chest. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And you can even hook the toes on the right knee. So you're flexing the left foot. Then on exhale, reach through the left thigh. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your neck relaxed. This is sometimes getting into an awkward space with a lot of resistance. And so the important thing is, despite the fact you may not make quick progress here, stick with it. Use your breath. And what can you feel by just being here? Wherever you feel the resistance, how big is it? Where does it come from? Where does it go to? What's the quality? Inhale, bring left knee in towards the chest and then down. Reset your feet, lift up your block. And then on your next exhale, bring down the upper back, the middle back, and the low back. Roll onto your side and then gently press up. We're going to come into down dog, and we're going to try something a little bit different. It may not be for everybody, so we'll come in stages and don't go past the point that feels good for you. Inhale, press forearms into the floor. Relax your neck. Exhale, pull the low belly in and start to feel how you can lift the hips away from the shoulders. Inhale, spread your breath into the collarbone, so you're broadening the front of the chest. And then exhale, press into the forearms as you begin to lift. Inhale, spread your breath into the back ribs. And then exhale, pull the low belly in, lift the hips. Now the next stage is optional. If you want, you can lift one leg. Exhale down, and then the other leg. Down, come onto your knees. And just slowly come up. Bring the legs about 4 feet apart. We're going to set up a horse. So turn your feet at about 45-degree angles. And then just begin to come down. You can bring the hands as close to the creases of the thighs as you can do it while keeping the arms straight. And just bring your breath into this pose. Activate your feet by lifting and spreading the toes. You can allow the shoulders to kind of hike up. Press into the feet. Feel how that'll turn on the muscles in your legs. On the next inhale, telescope the wrist. And then exhale, twist to the right. Relax your neck. You may have some uncomfortable sensations here. It's not easy to just sit in a horse stance. What happens if you breathe through it? What happens if you activate your feet and press the feet into the floor? Spread the breath along the back ribs. And inhale back to center. Telescope the ribs and fold towards the left. Inhale into the side ribs all the way up into the armpits. And then exhale, draw the low belly in. And feel how that drawing in just opens up more space for you to twist. Activate the feet. Press the feet into the floor. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the arms out. And then reach the arms up as you stand up. Turn the toes forward and come into a forward bend. Now, if your low back is a little bit unstable, you can bend the knees. Otherwise, keep the legs straight. Relax the neck, let the head hang. Then walk your hands over to the right. Grab the right ankle with the right hand, and then put the left hand on top. And then you're going to reach the left rib cage back towards the left ankle. So you should feel an opening up in the left side of the rib cage. If you have trouble reaching all the way over there, you can grab your belt. You could even grab the belt to do this, to give yourself a little more length. And then coming on to the other side, walk the hands over to the left side. There's kind of this action of lifting the hips towards the ceiling in order to get the right side of the body to open. And so if you're feeling resistance in a certain area, if it's a really strong resistance and it's uncomfortable, you might want to release a little bit. But if it's something that you can breathe into, then stick with it. Part of the practice is identifying a kind of a discomfort that's hurting you versus a kind of discomfort that is an opportunity to work with it. So coming up, turning the feet goes to the left. Well, actually, we're going to go to the right first so that I'm facing you. Then we're going to come into a lunge. I was actually right the first time, but stay where you are. Oh, I get it. Sorry, I'm a little turned around. I have to actually turn to do this one. Okay. So you're coming into a lunge. Whatever leg you have forward, you take the same arm and bring it along the forearm, along the side. And then take the other hand and put it about 6 to 8 inches in front of the front foot and about 12 inches outside. Reach through the fingertips, tap the entire palm on the floor. Then press into the top of the back foot. Inhale, telescope the wrist. And exhale, you're going to turn the torso and let the right side of the body sag towards the floor and let the right shoulder, or the front shoulder, just kind of hike up. You can relax your head, relax your neck, and then just breathe into the side of the body that's opening up right now. You can play around with pressing the top of the back foot into the floor. Spreading your breath across the ribcage in the back. Relaxing your neck. Inhale, come back to center. And then switch sides. I'm going to turn around again. We have the opposite foot in front come into a lunge. Bring the forearm that's in line with the front foot along that area. And then take the other hand and bring it about a foot outside and 6 to 8 inches in front of the front foot. Press the top of the back leg into the floor. Inhale, telescope the wrist. And then an exhale, begin to rotate the torso. So you're hugging the chest in towards the thigh. And then you just let that front shoulder hike up. And you try to open long that side of the body. Hug the knee towards the chest. Relax the neck. Inhale, broaden your breath into the ribcage. Exhale, draw the low belly in. Play around with pressing the top of the back foot into the floor. Press the front foot into the floor. Relax your neck. And then what's uncomfortable about this pose and what feels good about this pose and how do you stick with it? Inhale back to center. Step back into downward dog, or you can come onto hands and knees. Relax your neck, relax your head, shoulders. Bend your knees and come down. And then go ahead and lay down. If you want to take one more relaxing pose while we're in Shavasana, feel free to do that. I know there is still time. Time for the hands to open, for the bones of them to be filled by those failed harvests of want, the bread imagined of the days of not having. Now that the fear has been rummaged down to its husk, and the wind blowing the flesh away translates itself into flesh, and the flesh gives itself in its reveries to the wind. I remember those summer nights when I was young and empty, when I lay through the darkness, wanting, knowing I would have nothing of anything I wanted. That total craving that hollows your heart out irreversibly. So it surprises me now to hear the steps of my life following me, so much of it gone. It returns everything that drove me crazy, comes back, blessing the misery of each step it took me into the world, as though a prayer had ended and the bit of air changed between the palms goes free. And the old voice, which once made its broken off, choked incoherences, speaks again. This time on the palatum cordis. This time saying, there is time, still time, for one who can groan to sing, for one who can sing to be healed. There is still time. Bend your knees, roll onto your side. Draw a breath. And gently press yourself up to seated. Take the next few breaths just to notice your body. Notice the sensations. Notice any changes from the beginning of practice to now. Take a breath and lift your chest. Towards the sky. Exhale, let the shoulder blades fall down the back. Draw the low belly in. Feel the sit bones on the floor. You're still tight. If you wish, bring your hands together in front of the chest. Namaste. Happy Friday, May 1st.
Thank you.
May the snow. You're welcome.
Namaste.
Thank you,
I wanted
Anne.
to
Have a
invite-
great day.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
I wanted to
Anne.
invite anyone who wants to stick around. I'm actually off today, so we could hang out for a little bit if you want to talk about yoga. Or anything else.
Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
I'm gonna change this to the gallery view.
Me
There
too.
we go. So we have, some of you know each other. We have Dale, and we have Bijal is joining us from Denver today. We have Don, who's actually joining from Vermont. Zofia is joining from New York. Oh, she's off now.
I'm in Rochester, actually.
Oh, you're in Rochester?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So I
I
love
have
this.
to
It's like a
go
little
too.
eclectic group today. How's
Sorry.
everyone doing?
Okay.
Well,
How about you?
I'll introduce you all. So Zofia has been a teacher for both of my kids, our kids, at the CFC. And Dale works at the IRB at Rockefeller. And Bijal is an old friend of Tom's, and her husband is a really old friend of Tom's. And Don was my first meditation teacher in college. He's a psychologist who lives up in Vermont now.
Nice.
Yeah.
How are you
I
doing?
have
Are you
work.
busy?
so I have to go.
Okay. Bye, Dale. See you later.
Bye.
Bye,
You okay,
everyone.
Ann?
Okay, Zofia. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the kids?
I have some time off today. The kids are doing great. They're, climbing the walls.
Yeah. And it must be nice to have your coworker back at work.
It is. It's really nice. Yeah. It was getting really busy there for a couple of weeks. I'm ready to have a couple of days off. That'll be nice. Sophia, are you staying in Rochester the whole time?
This is my second week here.
Okay.
Yeah, I came to visit my boyfriend. Like, he came to pick me up. It was just unbearable in the city for me. I was afraid to leave the house. And I live right by NYU and Bellevue, so the sirens were like day and night, day and night, day and night. Very depressing.
Did you hear the sirens during the pond?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here,
they're
like-
still going.
in the countryside.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's more
It's a
relaxing.
little easier to go out for a walk there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
I'm gonna
funny.
drop.
There's a
Anne, it was great to see you. Nice to meet you all. Have a good weekend.
You too.
good to see you too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And thank you for doing this.